Alright. So, what's up, you guys? So, I kind of had to, do a special video today. Got my championship belt here that you guys see me unbox quite a bit ago. I'm just gonna set this here for now. Alright, so, me and my girlfriend were in the process of moving and whatnot, and needless to say, long story short, whatever, yada yada yada, I found a lot of old fucking shit, and now I'm starting to collect, replica championship belts. When it gets closer to like the Black Friday season and whatnot, I might get another belt here sooner now, just for a cheaper price and whatnot, because times are tough when you move in as an adult. But these, before I started collecting the belts, I started collecting wrestling action figures. I mean, ever since I was 7, 8 years old. And I gave them to my sister, Katie Jo, because she used to be into wrestling too, and she was younger and whatnot. But I just recently got them back, and not that I ever plan on playing with them or nothing, but it's just crazy to go look back at them and see how many of these fucking action figures I collected over the years. And who knows? Me and Destiny are having a child, as you guys would have also seen in the other video that we had when we told our family, and we got the reactions of when we told them we were pregnant. But if we have a kid and he or she goes up to like wrestling, hey, they got some fucking toys to play with too. So that's cool. But this whole bag here is full of nothing but fucking wrestling action figures. And I mean, I have different kinds. I have the ones from Mattel, like here's In Our Truth, right? I have the ones from Mattel, and this one was from 2010. And then I have ones like these from, is this Jack Specific? No, this is Toy Biz. Yeah, this is Toy Biz, and this is a Goldberg, right? And then, yeah, I have like, puppies are going crazy over there. Let's see here. If I can just find one quick. Here we go. And this is from, Jack Specific right here. This is one of my very many Stone Cold Steve Austin action figures. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of them. But this right here, actually, crazy. This right here I got from a dollar store. I live with my grandma in South Dakota. This was made by Jack Pacific too, but this is JBL. This is my first ever wrestling action figure. Not that great. It kind of sucks, whatnot, but it is a dollar store one. But yeah, so that was my first one. And then my second ever one was John Cena, but I have a lot of fucking John Cena. I have a lot of action figures. Like I said, I collected up until I was about, 11 or 12 years old, something like that, 13, around there. That's when I stopped really collecting wrestling action figures. Is this it? No. But a lot of them, I have a lot of doubles and whatnot. Like John Cena's, I have like 5 or 6 of them. I have like 5 or 6 Stone Cold Steve Austins. Whatnot. I'll find them. But yeah, I have a couple broken ones too, unfortunately. Like this one right here, my British Bulldog, which is really cool. His head is off. Yeah, so that sucks. But what happened to him is, I don't remember exactly what happened to him, but as you can see, he doesn't have a head. And then, yeah, here's one of my very many John Cena's that I got. This one was his Rise Above Hate persona when he was doing that with Kane. I got his orange one that he did that he had in 2010. I got that one there. I got his red one he was doing in 2011, 2012, around there. This one I have I believe this is a crazy one. This is also by Mattel. No. This is by Marvel Entertainment. That's interesting. This is, I believe, one of the, damn, I can't believe this is before my time. Shit. What's his name? Steiner Brothers, I think. This might be Scott or Rick. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's that guy. Like I said, he's my Stone Cold, one of the very many I've got. I already showed you guys him. I got Tyson Kidd here in his Hart Dynasty gear and with his funky ass haircut, which actually I remember when I was little, I actually got that hairstyle. Needless to say, it didn't look good. Right here, I got the the Great Khali in his red, uniform, his Punjabi Playboy that he was going with. So I got him. He stands out too, pretty tall. Goldberg, showed you guys him. And I think I got this one from. I think I got this Goldberg from a pawn shop. Yeah, that's what it was. I got Randy Orton here with him, and I actually got Stone Cold Steve Austin's knee brace on him just because when I was younger, I used to fuck around like that and whatever. And yeah, but yeah, that's my Randy Orton. A lot of these guys probably aren't going to stand up. I got Wade Barrett here when he had his Nexus. When he's with the Nexus, he's got his Nexus armband there. I'm just going to sit these guys down. I got Sin Cara right here in his blue, debut uniform and whatnot. I got Mark Henry in his red, uniform that he did with MVP when they were a tag team. I got Kane here prior to his his first run that he had with his masks and before the whole corporate Kane and whatnot, that kind of shit. This is like I said, I got most of these anywhere from 2007 up to like 2012, maybe 2013. Hey, get out of there, Bubba. I got this Chavo Guerrero here, in his purple tights, cousin of Eddie Guerrero or something like that. I think they're cousins or uncle and niece or uncle and nephew or something like that. I got Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff here. I have that. Oh, this is funny. I actually got two of these guys. Here's one of my two Hornswoggles that I got in his leprechaun get up, and I have his hat and whatnot and all that. But there's that. Let me see if I can find the other one quick. I got a fuck ton of these wrestlers, dude. And if I wouldn't have ever stopped, if I wouldn't ever grew up and I wouldn't ever stopped collecting these, dude, I'd have a lot more. But yeah, there's the Leprechaun Hornswoggle, and here's the DX Hornswoggle. There's DX armbands and whatnot. D-Generation X. Actually, I was wearing a DX shirt when me and Destiny went to wrestling in what was it? July? Something like that, I can't remember. I got Carlito. You guys remember Carlito? I spit in the face of people who don't like to be cool. I got The Rock here. Actually, my only The Rock wrestler. And this guy, actually, I drew on him. Actually, I didn't draw on him. My buddy drew on him, because he didn't have his arm tattoo that he had, and he didn't have his goatee. Because this was around 2012, and I got this guy, and that was when The Rock came back, and had this whole thing going on with John Cena, and he got really big, and he got his goatee going on, because he was filming for Fast 5, I think it was, and whatnot. I actually stole this guy from my buddy Jackson. Yeah, I wasn't the, most, I was a nice kid, but, he didn't want him anymore, and he wasn't going to do anything, so I just took him. Here's one of my two Christians that I got. You guys know Christian. Heath Slater. I got this from school down in Colorado, whatever, however you prefer it. This is Heath Slater with the Nexus. See his Nexus band right there. That goes to Wade Barrett. I got David Hart Smith when him and Tyson Kidd and whatnot were doing the Hard Dynasty, so I got him. I got Ted DiBiase Jr. in his red gear. Let's see here. Another classic here. Oh, was it Ivan Kozlov? The Russian guy from like the 80s and 90s. Him and Hulk Hogan had beef going on. Yeah, him. I got Jimmy Hart You know, you guys know Jimmy Hart. Got him here, his back and whatnot. Rikishi. And this is a Jack specific as well. I got Rikishi here. And his man thong going on. Here's another one of my Stone Cold Steve Austins. This is also a Jack specific, but you know, they made a lot of different types of wrestlers. This is like their rubber arm days and then their hard body days, you know what I mean? Yeah. Here's that one. Here's another one I got of Stone Cold. You know, and his other thing, you got his Texas tattoo right there. I believe this is Terry Funk. Chainsaw Charlie, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Got him right there. Here's one, I think my only I got of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! I got Ezekiel Jackson right here. You know, not very many people know who that is. This is the last official ECW champion right there. Ezekiel Jackson. So I already showed you guys R-Truth. I showed you guys him. Here's one of my two, I think it is, of Shawn Michaels in his white pants right there. Oh yes, yep. I remember this. Here's Sheamus. This is one of his first ever action figures, actually. And unfortunately, this guy, he got stepped on, so he lost the leg. But this is Sheamus, you know, pre-Mohawk era. I got Dave the Animal Batista. Drax the Destroyer right here. Guardians of the Galaxy. You guys remember this guy? Yoshi Tatsu. I don't know if you guys remember him. They had Sheamus absolutely bury this guy. I think this is ECW days for Yoshi. I got right here, actually, Daniel Bryan. Pre-beard area, before he was doing the whole no and yes chants. This is like his NXT days. I have one of the two Road Warriors. I believe this is Animal, but I could be wrong. I'm not familiar on the Road Warriors. I have one Devon Dudley from the Dudley Boys. MVP here. MVP is doing the same thing with Mark Henry when they were a team. I dropped one of my Miz's here. The Miz. Yep. And here I've got Roddy Piper. Yes. I've got here, he is Roddy Piper. One of the standard, you know, whatever. He got his haircut and whatnot. Yeah, this I got this guy over at the Family Dollar in Evans, Colorado, right outside of Greeley over there. It was really cool because he came with like a stand too that you could stand him on and it'd play his theme song. It was really cool, actually. You'd be amazed at what you found over there. Oh, rest in peace. The dead man. As well, this guy, I was pretty upset. This is one of my first wrestlers that actually got broke. My sister Katie Jo came walking in the room and I was playing with these guys. I was like 10, I don't know. And she stepped on him. But, and so both of his legs actually, sadly got broken off. But this is The Undertaker and he was really cool. Actually one of my favorites to play with because it's the fucking Undertaker, you know? But yeah, that's The Undertaker. Here's another one of my Dave Batistas. This was some of his earlier days, you know, I think maybe with Evolution, you know, before he got all of his tattoos and whatnot. I got another JBL right here, John Bradshaw Layfield, right there. Let's see. Here's one of my two, I believe, of The Big Show. Here he is, Mr. Big and Blue. This is probably like 2008, 2009 days, I'm thinking. Somewhere around there. Not exactly sure. I'm not going to stand up. Oh, right here, everyone's favorite Russian WWE wrestler. No, not Rusev. Vladimir Kozlov. Yes, remember him? Not very many people do. This was the days he was teaming with Santino, I do believe. I got Mr. Sir Raw General Manager Eric Bischoff. I'm sure many of you guys remember him. And he's back now. I think he's the Raw Commissioner or something. I don't fucking know. Here, right here. This John Cena was my second ever wrestler. I got this from a buddy who had like 5 of them. And I was just starting to collect wrestlers at the time. And so he gave me him. But this is really cool because this John Cena, as you can tell by his armbands, this is the one from WrestleMania 30... or WrestleMania 21 when he defeated JBL for his first ever of 16 WWE championships. So yeah, that was crazy. Right here, oh, his clothes are coming off. Because these are dolls. I remember when I was a kid, I never used to want to call them dolls, but that's what they are. Here is Hillbilly Jim in his overalls. You got Sir Hillbilly Jim there. One of, like, I think there's 3 of them hillbillies. It was like a trio or something like that. I don't remember. Here's another one of my Miz's. Actually, I think I said 1 or 2. I think I have 2 or I think I have 3 of them. But here's another one of my Miz's. You know, The Miz. And I'm awesome. Here is Edge. I got Edge right here. This is like his 2010 days, you know, his attire that he had. 2010, 2011 days, just before he retired. The Rated R Superstar Edge. Sitting up there. Aha, Fit Finlay. I got Fit Finlay right here. One of the very few Irish wrestlers. I got him right there. Before he became, like, what is it, Raw Security or something like that. Because I remember, I think it was when Brock and whatever were going at it. Brock and Cena or something like that. Finlay came out and was helping. A lot of those Brock Lesnar brawls that they had, you saw Finlay out there. Here's another Shawn Michaels I got. His DX attire, though. That one's even cooler. I think Shawn Michaels' DX attire is the fucking best. It really is. Oh, I got an alarm coming. I'm going to turn that off quick. My alarm's for me to wake up here. It's 3 o'clock. You know, whenever I work, I'm usually sleeping until 3 o'clock, but not lately anymore. But yeah, so Shawn Michaels right there. I got another John Cena right here. His Vikings colors that they used to call it, his purple and his yellow attire that I just did not like. But yeah, here's that. Set him over there. This is the Iron Sheik. That's right. Yes, this is the Iron Sheik right here. Very old wrestler, as you can see. Look at his shoes. They even got like the whole camel, or the whole curl on the toes thing. Yep. And then yeah, Iron Sheik. Right here is shit. You know, this is from Demolition. I believe this is Axe. I'm not sure though. You know, it's been a minute since I've caught up on wrestling, except for, what was it, yesterday, I think it was, or no, Friday, sorry, when Brock Lesnar defeated Kofi Kingston for the W Championship. I caught up on that, but, you know, I don't really watch wrestling too much. I kind of just catch up whenever I can, just see what's going on. Anyway, here's the William Regal. This was like his 2009 days, I think. Right here, I got Rey Mysterio. Here he is with his tattoos and whatnot, his red attire. Rey Mysterio. I remember when Sin Cara debuted. Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara was like, everyone's like, I want to see these two in a match. Because they're both masked luchadors and whatnot. So, yeah. Here's another one of my Dave Batistas that I've got. I think this was when Batista and Triple H and Ric Flair were having their contract signing for a WrestleMania 21 match and whatnot. And Dave Batista took off his shirt, powerbombed Triple H through a table. Here's another one of my Triple H's that I got. I actually don't think I brought out Triple H. This is my first Triple H I'm showing you guys. The Game. This is Scott, I don't know, this is Brian Pillman. That's right. He I remember him and Stone Cold Steve Austin used to be tag partners in WCW, I believe it was, and then they had their feud going on in WWF, and Pillman brought a gun. Controversial as that was. Here's another one of my Triple H's that I've got in his suits. Here's another one of my Christians that I've also got. I think this was my first Christian I got. It's purple, not as pink. Christian. Captain Charisma. Oh yeah, this was a cool one. This was my John Cena that I got. When he was kind of doing his whole, like, after he filmed The Marine and he started going away from his gangster stuff and going into his military stuff, well, he had his Bulldog era and whatnot, where he wore, like, his camel hat and then his, like, shirts that he wore, whatever. Yeah, this is that John Cena, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was a cool John Cena. I like that. Here is Scott Steiner. And I believe this is actually Sergeant Slaughter. I don't know how I mixed those up. Sergeant Slaughter here. I think this was actually when he would come back occasionally and wrestle in like 2010, and they had like the whole Raw retro going on or whatever. Yeah, this is him. And that, here's my Triple H DX attire that I've got with when him and Shawn Michaels and Hornswoggle were doing their DX shtick going on. Here's another one of my Miz's, this time in his blue attire, blue and black. John Morrison, I got him right here. Actually, yeah, John Morrison just recently signed a contract with WWE. That's right. Yeah, I remember that. That was just recently, so he's coming back to wrestling. But yeah, here he is in like his 2010 era or whatever with WWE. Yeah, Johnny Nitro. I remember him. Here's another one of my Stone Cold Steve Austins that I have. This one was made by Mattel, I do believe. Yes. Yep. And yeah, this is the one I use the most. Stone Cold Steve Austin. CM Punk, I have here CM Punk. And actually this is the CM Punk from the, 2008, 2009 era, before he ever cut his hair. And did the whole, Cult of Personality entrance song, and before he became as big as he was. Here's one of The Undertaker's legs. I was so pissed off about that, but, shit happens. Aha! Here I have, this was one of my favorites too, I have the Boogeyman. And this was probably his, one of his first days that he started showing up. But I have him here. The Boogeyman was actually really cool. I liked whenever he'd show up and whatnot. The Boogeyman was awesome. Here's Ted DiBiase Sr. that I got. In his old, suit and whatever. I got Zack Ryder here in his 2011 days. He was doing the, Long Island IZ True Story or whatever on YouTube, and he got big off of that. And he was the U.S. champion and the internet champion. He proclaimed himself. Yep, Zack Ryder. Here's another one of my Ted DiBiase Seniors that I got. This one's from Mattel, not Jack specific. There's that. I have another Batista here. This is probably from like 2005-ish, maybe 2006, around that era. Sitting there. A few more to go, guys. Here's my Chris Jericho that I got. I think my only Chris Jericho. And he was in his, I think this was probably 2009 days or so. But actually, a funny story, my cousin Jerica, one time she came over and she was playing my wrestlers, and I don't know if it was on accident or not, but she was little. She actually stole one of my wrestlers, and it just so happened to be Chris Jericho, and her name was Jerica. So I always thought that was funny. It was a funny coincidence. I don't know if she just did that or whatever, but here's Primo. Oh, I'm getting a call, guys. I'll get you right back. But here's Primo, when him and Carlito were doing their tag team. Sorry about that. I was getting a call and it was a dumb call anyway. I shouldn't have even answered. Anyways, almost done. Almost done. Alright, so we got, here's my second Big Show that I got, and this time he was in his black attire. This is probably, 2012 era Big Show or something like that. But yeah. So there's the Big Show. I got Matt Hardy right here. This is his, after he was doing, this is 2010 Matt Hardy, I believe. This was way after he was doing this version 1 or version 2 of Matt Hardy or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And way before his broken Matt Hardy and whatnot. But, yeah, Matt Hardy. I never got Jeff Hardy, actually, unfortunately. I was always wanting to get Jeff. I never did. And then here we got Jack Swagger, who actually, I was one of the few who liked Jack Swagger. Here he is. This is like his 2010 days. But I like Jack Swagger. I mean, I didn't really like him beforehand when he was ECW champion and whatnot, and World Heavyweight champion. But I liked when he took his heel turn in 2013 and he became the Real American. Not the All-American American, the Real American. And he had his thing going on with Subculture. I thought that was awesome. And his entrance song was great. And it was just, his persona was amazing. And he changed his character so much. And it was really cool. And they gave him a push and everything. I thought that was really cool. He had a slight push going on from 2013, early, up to about, I don't know, what was it, 2015 when they started putting him up against Rusev. But then after that he kind of died out. And he never really became big again. Just became another jobber. But now he actually debuted in AEW. That's right. Yes, I remember that. AEW. So, but yeah, that's actually all the wrestlers I got. I wasn't keeping track of counting or not. But here, this is crazy. I actually got all their fucking their shirts and whatnot. Like I got John Morrison's fucking, his overcoat. Right here. I got one of Edge's overcoats right here. I got a trash can because I used to have those. I got a table. I got wrestling belts. I'll show you my wrestling belts that I got for the action figures and whatnot. That's right. I got Rikishi's thing for him. You know what I mean? Let's see here. A couple wrestling belts. I had more wrestling belts. I think my sister actually kept some of them. I don't know why, but I had a lot more. Because I remember going through these and I couldn't find them all. And I was like, that's weird, why can I not find them? But, no biggie. But let me just try to keep looking here and see if I can find them all. Alright. So I actually got a lot of these mini wrestlers too. I'll show you guys these more when I get over there and whatnot. But I used to have a whole bunch of stuff. I had tables, I had ladders, I had chairs. Oh, here's a chair. That you fold out and whatever. And I had microphones. I had everything because I used to be so big into it. But here's my belt that I got for these wrestling action figures. I'll just pull them up at one. Here's one of the 2 Intercontinental Championships that I've actually got, for the wrestlers. So there's that one. It's just the old gold one. And then I got the other one right here, the better looking one that I think, the Intercontinental Championship right there. That was pretty cool. And then right here I actually got the UFC Championship. Because I remember I had a UFC fighter once and he came with this belt. I lost him, but the UFC Championship, so that was always cool. The WWE World, I think it is, Tag Team Championships that they had going on from 2002 to 2010, something like that. Right here I got the WCW Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship, right there. I got the $1 Million Championship, right there. And then I got the United States Championship right there, which actually I may be getting either this United States Championship as my next replica here, or I'm getting and I used to have it, the WWE Spinner Championship. But I can't find it. I think my sister still has that. But yeah, those are all the action figure wrestling belts that I got. Like I said, I used to really be big time into collecting these. But yeah, right here I actually got two like little UFC guys right here. Action figures. I'll show you guys here in a minute. But I got here the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Right? I got him right there. And then, of course, I've got the Beast Incarnate and the current WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar. And, you know, they're like the same size and whatnot. Yeah. So, yeah, there's those. And then I got, like, these little guys. I remember in, like, 2007, I think it was, I got this really cool fucking big setup. It was, like, a whole, wrestling... it had like the entrance ramp and it had like the projector where like the Tron is and whatever. I got a bunch of these little guys that came with it. It was so fucking cool. And I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened to that. And man, I really wish I kept track of, you know, where that went and whatever. But I got a lot of those guys that came with it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, how small they are. I just want to find them all quick. I think that may be them all. Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah. These little guys right here that I got. I'll come up here and I'll show you guys quick. Man, this is really reliving some of my memories. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys, I also got the Internet Championship 2 from Zack Ryder. So yeah, there's that. But these are the little guys I'm telling you about. Like I got this little guy, The Undertaker, right? And then I got Triple H. And I got actually Shawn Michaels with just one leg because he broke on accident. Edge. I got him. I got Kane. John Cena. And Rey Mysterio. But yeah, these little guys, they came on and I got them and it was just so cool. It was like I think it was actually one of the first couple things I ever got of wrestling action figures or whatnot. But, you know, they're really tiny. I don't count them as my first ever action figures, but I mean, they kind of are. But, you know, yeah. So I got those and those are crazy. It was really quite insane, actually. And then I got these guys years later. I don't remember what these are called exactly. And they're kind of just more meant for, not necessarily meant for, you know, like, setup or like as a prop or whatever, but I don't remember what these are called at all. I couldn't fucking tell you. But I got more of these guys than I figured. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Coming up there again. Now these guys are a little bit bigger than the other action figures that I told you about. Whoops, I dropped one. What did I drop? I dropped two. There you are. Alright, I dropped Johnny Boy. Alright. Here we go. I got these guys. I don't remember what they're called, but I got Edge there. And I got Sheamus. I got John Cena and his orange and blue get-up going on. I got John Cena's red get-up going on. I got John Cena and his black Rise Above Hate going on. I got The Undertaker. You can, you know, move them and whatnot. The Undertaker. You got Randy Orton. The former WWE champion Kofi Kingston. You know, in his SOS days when he came on as Jamaican. CM Punk. Triple H. Shawn Michaels. The Miz and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, I don't remember what these little guys are all called, but I got all of them. I mean, it's really crazy how much wrestling shit I got. Like, this video is long, I know, but I had a lot of shit to go through. And, like, you know what? I'll even just come here and show you guys what the fuck I got. And, yeah, so I got, like, DX glow sticks. And I got, you know, all these, like, John Cena fucking dog tags. I got shirts. I got these, which I think you put on, like, your pens or whatever, just for cool. I got DX shirts. I think that's Hornswoggle's there. Another John Cena shirts. Our Truths. I got, like, the little mini layer that came with Hornswoggle. I got the trash can, the steel chair. This was for Rikishi. This was for Sting, actually. I remember I had Sting, and I lost him. This is Roddy Piper's shirt. You know, Hot Rod. This was Edge's. This was CM Punk's. I got the bagpipes. I believe that was Roddy Piper's as well. Hornswoggle's helmet. The Miz's jacket that he had. He's always got those funky ass jackets. A pickaxe. I don't remember whose that was. I got Triple H's cross necklace. I remember Jack Swagger also. You could put this one if you want on him. His like spandex, whatever you want to call it. His onesie, Roddy Piper's, whatever you want to call it. Skirts. I don't know. Oh yeah, this was John Cena's Rise Above Hate shirts. This is JBL's cowboy hat. Oh yeah, here was the sledgehammer, part of it, from Triple H. You know, of course, he was the guy who used sledgehammer more. I remember these. These are like the squishies. I got a whole bunch of these guys as well. Bros Clay, Sheamus, a bunch more. I think I have Sin Cara. See, here's the microphone. Here's one of them very many microphones I actually had. Jimmy Hart's microphone, or his I can't think of what they're called, but there's that. Here's an axe. I think that was from Demolition Axe. Here's Stone Cold's vest. Here's a Sin Cara squishy that I got. The Undertaker's grave that came with him. Here's Sergeant Slaughter's hat. See, like, I mean, I have a whole bunch of shit, dude. It's insane how much shit I got. Yeah, John Cena. Oh, no, this is DX's camel hat. Here's one of very many of John Cena's hats. Here's another microphone that I got. This one's with the WWE logo on it. Yeah, I just got a whole bunch of shit. Oh yeah, here's a Sheamus leg and another one of Undertaker's legs. Yeah, here's Rey Mysterio's. You know, Sting is 619. Paul Orndorff's jacket, Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, it's. Oh, and here's the head of David or the British Bulldog. But yeah, no, yeah. So I got a lot of shit, like I said, and all these wrestlers that I got here. You know, starting with all these mini guys and whatever, and then up to all the wrestlers that I got all over here. And the wrestling belts that I showed y'all. I'll give you guys a bit of close-up on those just so you guys can see better. I don't know if you guys could have seen that, right? But yeah, here is one of the Intercontinental Championships. Here's the Internet Championship. The other Intercontinental Championship. The $1 Million Championship. The WCW Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship. The WWE Tag Team World Championship. The United States Championship. And the UFC Championship. And I think that's it. Yep. But yeah, and then of course my replica WWE Championship. And I had more of these little championships for action figures. Like I had the WWE Spinner Championship. I had the WE Big Gold World Heavyweight Championship. And I think I had another one. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But yeah, and then so yeah, like I said, all these wrestlers. So I got a fuck ton of wrestling shit. And like I said, a lot of these I used to collect wrestlers and all their shit. I used to have tables and ladders and whatnots. And then now I'm collecting wrestling belts. This is my first one. I also had toy wrestling belts too. I think those are somewhere in my grandma's basement because a lot of the family keeps all their fucking shit over there. But yeah, this is the gist of it. And, you know, definitely, just a lot of shit. But yeah, so what I was getting at is I'm going to stop collecting, or I have stopped collecting wrestlers, of course, because I've just kind of, I feel like I've gotten a little too old for that. I mean, there's still people who do it, and that's totally fine, but people are different. So I'm done collecting those, but I am going to start collecting, like, legit wrestling championships, whether they're the replicas, or they're the commemoratives, or they're the elites. I'll probably never get an elite, because that's just way too fucking much shit for, you know, belts. But, yeah, no, a lot of wrestling shit, as you can see. Oh, there's Bubba. He's just laying down. And yeah, so, yeah, I figured I'd share this, because, you know, why the fuck not? I was bored and waiting for Destiny to get home. Oh, yeah. And here's Pluto with her puppies. I forgot there's a little update on them. More on them later. But yeah, so. Hey, Bubba. Yep. So that's my wrestling WWE wrestler action figure collection. And I figured I'd share it with you guys.